Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and welcome back to another how to install video. In today's video, I will be covering how to install the latest version of Northern Kingdom's Total War, which for those of you who haven't heard of the mod, is inspired by the Witcher universe. Now, the newest version dropped exactly 1 month ago, but I wanted to wait a little bit before doing a tutorial video in case there were any patches that were released to fix bugs within this version, and I want to make sure my tutorial videos are as current as possible. However, it seems like this is the version for the foreseeable future, so I think we are all good. Now, a quick note before we do begin with the installation process, this mod will not be available on the Steam Workshop due to copyright infringement. And for those of you that aren't aware, CA is really cracking down on mods that utilize copyrighted material. That was the reason that Rise of Mordor was taken down from the workshop, so I won't be showing you a download process through Steam. However, the ModDB version will work for both Steam and disk users alike, so there should be no problems there. So let's go ahead and dive into the installation process. So yeah, we're going to go to moddb.com. I'll just start from the beginning so that you guys can follow along. And in the top here, just start typing in Northern Kingdom's Total War. And then we're going to navigate over to the Files tab here, and you can see that it mentions they don't have any permission from any of the companies associated with the Witcher universe and Total War to use this mod, so that's why it is not on the Steam Workshop. But we can navigate over here to the Files tab, and here is the version, which released exactly a month ago, so we'll go ahead and click on that, and then just go down and hit download now. Now, this is a packed file, so you will require some kind of extraction software, whether it be WinRAR, WinZip, or 7-Zip. You can see that I have WinRAR. That is why I have the logo with the 3 books here. If you do not have any of that extraction software, you will need it. So just go to Google, type in WinRAR free download, and you can use it as many times as you want, and you don't have to pay for it. But without that, you can't just drag this file over because it's a packed file. You have to physically unpack the files and then drag them over into your Attila data folder. But once that is downloaded, we can go ahead and close this out. And we need to navigate over to our Total War Attila folder. So I'm going to go into my downloads here, and you can see that it's here. And we've got, I forgot to show you the file size, but it is 998 megabytes. So we got it fully downloaded here, which is excellent. And then I'm going to go over to G. Or sorry, actually, I've got my Attila on my C version. So most of you will have it on your local C drive anyways. So local C, program files 86. And Steam, Steam apps, common, Total War Attila, and data. And then double click on this to open it up. And X that, and just select these 2 files. The changelog you don't need to put into your Total War Attila data folder, just these 2 files, and then drag them on over, and then drop them in. And then these are the 2 packed files that will be dropped into the Attila data folder, and then once we do launch the mod, we'll just have to select them before we can continue. But it's a pretty small mod. There's not too many files. This will not pop up for you either, but it's because I already tested to make sure that the version was working. So you won't get this pop-up, but I did, so I'm just going to replace those. Not a problem. But for you guys that are installing it the very first time, just dragging it over and dropping it in, it will finish downloading, and then it won't ask you to replace the files. So, and that's pretty much it. Nice and easy. So I'm just going to X all that out, and then down here we can start launching our Total War Attila. And then we're going to have to find it and activate it in the mod manager. So I'm just going to deactivate all my mods so that nothing is going to hinder it, and it probably is way at the bottom here. And there it is. And it's only the one that you have to select. The other one is just a PNG file or a picture file, and it's probably just so you have this little Total War logo. But this is the only one that you need to have selected, and then we're going to go ahead and hit play. So I'm just going to switch over my recording software very quickly, and I'll see you inside the mod. Alright guys, welcome to the Northern Kingdom's Total War, and I did forget to mention, but I probably did put a little annotation in the bottom of the screen that this is custom battle only for the moment. There is no playable campaign. I believe that multiplayer would work as well as long as you and your friend have the same version of the mod, but yeah, only battles at this time. There is no campaign for the foreseeable future. But I'm just going to jump into a custom battle to show you what we have. So as I said, there's 5 playable factions, but I believe the modders said that some of the faction rosters actually have some sub-factions within the rosters, so you actually have a pretty decent amount of factions for an early release build. But yeah, I'm just going to jump in as the Kingdom of Redania, and I'm going to fight the Skellige clans. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm not too well versed with the Witcher universe, but yeah, some pretty good rosters, I do have to say. If actually I just save my army setup here, you can see all the different army rosters. So not a huge amount to pick from, but a couple of them are pretty well fledged out. So these two are a little bit smaller, but then the Kingdom of Redania has a pretty solid roster, a lot of infantry. They've got spears, polearms, pikes, bows. They've even got some artillery. And then the Kingdom of Temeria, they've also got a lot of good units to choose from, a couple different polearm units. So pretty good for a... this is basically their first playable version. They did have an open alpha test version, but this is the first official version, I believe, that they've released. And yeah, a lot of good melee infantry as well. No cav for these clans, though, which is very interesting. So I'm just going to load that army setup very quickly, and I think I already have the Skellige clans loaded up as well, so let's go ahead and jump in, just to prove that it doesn't crash. But definitely very excited to see some more mods coming out for Total War Attila. And I think there's another mod, too, that I've got my eye on that I will do a how to install for you guys as well very shortly. But there we go, loaded in. I did choose a snowy map, just because the Witcher universe, I believe, that does deal with the Northern Kingdoms. But there we go. Look at the Grandmaster's Guards here. One of my favorite units in this mod. I'm loving the little rows there. Very, very cool. But yeah, a lot of really sweet units and some good detail on the units as well. I know that they had some help from various other modders, like the Seven Kingdoms modders, the Medieval Kingdoms modders, because this looks very, very similar to like a Lithuanian Ducal Shield unit. But very, very awesome to see some new mods in Total War Attila. But that is pretty much it. You can see that we can start the battle, and there's no issues with the mod whatsoever. And we can basically just move all of our units forwards, I suppose, because it looks like they are holding up on the hill. But that is everything, guys. So hopefully you did enjoy this how to install video, and I might actually be doing some actual battles in this mod. If multiplayer works, I will be testing that in the near future. But thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.